is very frustrating, obviously, and it's very tempting to leave Quebec, especially when we speak English and we could easily move to another province, and it's hard to retain nurses here.
The FIC union, representing Quebec's largest group of nurses, are on their second of 4 strike days Tuesday, as contract negotiations with the CAQ government continue. One of the major sticking points, wages. Registered nurses in Quebec have the lowest starting salary in the country.
It's a very frustrating issue, and that's what we're here for. We're fighting to try and get a better pay and get better conditions and retain our nurses.
The starting salary for nurses in Quebec with a bachelor's degree is just under $53,000 a year. The average in Canada, just over $73,000.
That's one of the first considerations when they begin work. Of course, they're going to look at what the salaries are.
Natalie Stake-Doucet, a nurse and nursing professor at Université de Montréal, says addressing the lower salaries will help with retention, which has been an issue in Quebec. And her students are aware of the significant salary gaps between what they could be making by staying here and what they could earn if they leave the province.
We've seen quite a large increase in number of students applying for jobs in Ontario, for instance, and we know New Brunswick has also been recruiting Quebec nurses, and we make it very easy for them because of the huge pay gap between the provinces.
We're always losing nurses to other provinces or internationally. I studied in McGill. I have friends who went to work in the States and who went to work in Ontario or BC.
I have colleagues who have gone over to Ontario, across the border to Hawkesbury, and just worked there because of the amount that they receive in additional yearly income.
I find it very disappointing. I started my career as a nurse like 30 years ago, and I find I'm coming to the end of my career and the conditions haven't changed much.
About 90% of nurses with the FIC union are women, having the lowest starting salary for nurses in Canada and some of the lowest salaries in the country, regardless of experience, doesn't sit well with members.
Nurses used to be volunteers, used to be nuns. We used to not pay. We've been fighting ever since we started working to get a fair pay, and we're traditionally women, and it's always we're paid less.
I think we would be naive to not recognize that women are always less listened to. And right now, we need to change that. It's 2023. It should no longer be this way, especially not here in Quebec.
In Montreal, Gareth Madoc-Jones, City News.